Hi, so it's me, Christina. Like I've been told by a few people that I should really start a blog with, I guess, I don't know, my passion for this Weight Watchers journey that I'm on. I shouldn't say Weight Watchers. Well, yeah, it's Weight Watchers. If it wasn't for Weight Watchers, I don't think I would be as successful as I have been. Um, I do want to say that before I got started with Weight Watchers, I'd say about a month before, I started to focus on me. 55. My kids are all grown adults. They're 33, 32, and 30. I have two daughters and a son, and two grandsons that mean everything to me. Anyway, I had started focusing on me. My entire adulthood was raising my kids. I was married and divorced twice. The kids' dad did not participate in raising them, so I had full custody. He, anyways, he just wasn't a participant dad, and their stepdad was okay. He just was more focused on himself. I have a tendency to focus on attracting, I think, men who always needed some type of fixing, and I think that had to do, not I think, I know that had to do with my own father. Don't get me wrong, my dad is not who he used to be back then. Back then, I'm sure the pressures of not making much money, having 6 kids. He bought a beautiful home for us to grow up in a very nice area to where we were probably maybe the only second or third Mexicans on the street. So it was hard on my dad, taking care of all of us. So he had a lot of pressures. It's not excuses. He was a heavy drinker. He was abusive to my mom, physically and verbally. Verbally abusive to my brother and I were the oldest. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. My issue was always looking for approval from men in specific. Thankfully, I didn't turn out to become a hoochie. I guess because I didn't have enough confidence in myself to think that, ooh, everybody wants me that way. But I was just very shy, very quiet. It wasn't until after my first divorce, I think, that I became more vocal. Anyway, raised my kids, and everything I did was for them. So everything that I've done throughout my life has always been about taking care of everybody else. As a kid, being the oldest of 6 kids, I took care of my brothers and sisters, especially when there was a lot of, arguments going on. I took care of my brothers and sisters, kind of hid them away from my dad so they wouldn't be, in the path of destruction. I smile now because, I can kind of laugh about it and talk about it now compared to before. But what that did to me was give me a lot of low self-esteem, low self-confidence. I had none. My first marriage, my first husband was very verbally abusive. I mean, I was as skinny as a stick even after having my kids. I'm much more heavier now than when I was pregnant with any of my kids, and all my kids were over 10 pounds. But hey, sorry, the cats. I didn't have much confidence, and he destroyed it even more. And I guess I didn't really like myself, and I didn't know how to like myself. Or love myself. I loved everybody. I love hard. You can ask anybody that I've been with. I'll bend over backwards and take care of you no matter what. And I did that. I do that. I did it with my kids. I do it with everybody who comes into my life. If you're a part of my life, I take care of you. I will protect you like nobody else. I don't know, it's just always been my role. I'm fierce, in that area. And I guess you could say that that's where one of my strengths, big time. But when it came to taking care of me, I sucked at it royally. I didn't know how to put myself first at all. And like I said, a couple months before Weight Watchers, I decided to start focusing on me and focusing on taking care of me and making me important. So I started to, I was starting to exercise a little bit, eating right, and kind of, sort of, not very well. I ate watermelon instead of ice cream one time. I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm doing better. It doesn't help that my son loves to eat, that Joe, my partner, he's not my husband yet, loves to eat as well. And I was just like, okay, let's start focusing on being more positive with myself. So I started following a few people on Facebook and Instagram to focus on positivity with myself and learning to love myself. Yeah, I could sit here and tell you all my good qualities and stuff, but I don't think I ever said that I love myself. I know I could sell myself in a heartbeat in an interview, no problem, hands down. You can see my dog's dog food back there. Anyway, don't pay attention to that. So yeah, I started doing that, and it still, as you can tell, makes me uncomfortable talking about me. It's hard for me to look straight into this camera and talk to myself because I see me just staring back at me. But I'm trying, and I will tell you, I learned to meditate, and if any of you guys don't do that yet, oh my God, try it. It really, really helps. It's hard. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like me, to where your mind just doesn't shut up. I can lay down when I used to go to bed, I couldn't sleep. I was blaming it on menopause. I have insomnia because of menopause. Oh, it wasn't that. It's because my mind is talking, and it wouldn't shut up. And, everything. I worried about everything, things that were out of my control. I'm a fixer, so I was always trying to fix everything. Hence the reason why I probably picked the majority of the guys. I didn't pick them. I don't want to say that I picked them. Some of them just came out of nowhere. So anyway, I've started meditating. I started focusing on being positive every day, no matter how hard things got. And Joe and I have been through a lot this past year after his amputation. I wasn't working. I've been unemployed for a while. He wasn't working, and because he fell at work, workman's comp was involved. Anyway, long story short, this past year has been very difficult emotionally, physically, and financially. We've been through a lot. We almost lost the place that we live at, and we only rent. But, if you've ever gone through that, it's a scary place to be. And I started, it was hard to focus on positivity, but I started doing that, and my moods just changed big time. And I actually had someone tell me, when I was talking to her, she's a life coach, and she told me that I need to stop thinking about the negative stuff that happened with my dad in the past. He doesn't control me anymore. I don't need his approval. I have finally gotten that through this thick skull of mine, and the only approval I need is my own. My kids, because my kids are like everything to me. But as some of you guys, I think I've posted, my oldest daughter doesn't talk to me right now. Apparently it's because I'm narcissistic, and she's told other people that we've been estranged for 3 years. First I've heard of it. We just haven't talked, as far as I knew, since the day after Mother's Day. But anyway, that's another story. I'm focusing on me, not anybody else. And that's the other thing that I've learned, is when people have issues with me, like my daughter, this is her issue. It's not my issue. You know, I know I'm not narcissistic. You know, did I maybe put a little bit of pressure on my kids raising them? Absolutely. Coming from my background, you know, Mexican, to where my mom and dad didn't really instill that I needed to better myself by furthering my education. It was all just about, you know, you get married, you have kids, and you do that whole marriage thing. Don't get me wrong, I love my mom. My mom, I put up on a pedestal. I will do anything for that woman. But I learned a lot of stuff on my own, and I've gotten very far. I had a great career. It paid me so well. And now it's like, okay, I'm not working. Joe works. You know, here the amputee got a job, but I can't get one. And that's because probably, you know, as a woman, it's harder for women to find a job, to get hired. You have to look a certain way. Lord forbid you're overweight, because then they're not going to think twice. I'm 55, so I'm older. Even though they can't say nothing about that, you know, in the back of their head, they're thinking it, going, oh, Lord, this woman is old. We ain't going to have her for long. She probably can't move quick. She probably can't think quick. Little do they know. Anyways, I focused on me before joining Weight Watchers. And to me, this is why Weight Watchers is working for me. I was ready. I was in the right frame of mind to make those changes. Freestyle has been the most awesomest program ever. I've tried every diet in the book. Jenny Craig, I've tried Atkins, I've tried low carb, high carb, no carbs. But I'm the type of person is don't tell me I can't have something or I can't do something, because then I want it. And it's going to happen. You know, you tell me I can't eat cheesecake, I'm going to eat cheesecake. So with the Freestyle program, I'm able to eat what I want to eat, use my points however I want to use them. And I love that. I've started exercising, which before I would exercise for a little bit. And because I was so big, you know, one of my knees hurts a lot. Some of you know my right foot, I was having issues with it. It would hurt more. And what this lady who is a life coach told me is, it's your body's way or your mind's way of trying to make you think you still can't do it. You know, because I've always been told no, because I can't. You know, I've never been encouraged. I've never been, you know, I didn't have that positive reinforcement. I always failed. And if you look at everything in my life other than my kids, I failed. I failed at my marriages, except for work. You know, my career was in the computer industry. My first job, or the first company I worked for in the computer industry, I was there for over 25 years. My mom likes to joke around saying that I was married to my job a hell of a lot longer than either of my marriages. So there is some truth to that, and why, I don't know. But it's hard for me to feel that I should succeed, or to feel that I am worthy, right? And I finally realized I am. And this is why the weight has been coming off. I'm ready to shed it. I'm ready to get it off of me. Get the F out of here. I would cuss, but I don't know if it's okay to cuss. Anyway, even though it's my own blog, right? I love it. I love it. I eat pretty much anything and everything. If I'm going to go somewhere, like the other night we went dancing, which, by the way, we had so much fun. I saved my points to have drinks. I saved my points, you know, today, because I'm going to take my mom out. We're going to go out and we're going to go do who knows what. But we're just going to hang out. And I don't know what we're going to eat. I'm sure she's going to want a margarita. I don't feel like having one today, so I'd rather, you know, save my points for maybe a dessert. Maybe I'll make a dessert. I don't know. I haven't made something. That's the other thing that Weight Watchers has taught me is how to make different foods, but still have them be good. You know, I can have cheesecake, just low fat, sugar free. A lot of things with Weight Watchers, they are sugar free. I know Truvia and Stevia are more, plant-based sugars that are not artificial, but I still like to use real ingredients. Once I get to where I want to go, my goal is to lose 100 pounds. When I stepped on the scale and when I saw that it said 280, I freaked out. I was only 20 pounds away from hitting 300 pounds. And I was like, hell to the no, I am not gonna go that route. Plus, this is how vain I am. I wouldn't get bigger clothes. I stuffed my fat into my jeans. I started to wear pants that had elastic instead of zippers and a button because Lord forbid I had to suck in my gut and be uncomfortable all day. Bras and underwear, or in Spanish we call them chones. I wouldn't go bigger. I refused. Wasn't gonna do it. I was like, no, I can still fit in these. I ain't gonna get nothing bigger. But I can thankfully say now that I've been on Weight Watchers since February. You know, I've dropped 20, where am I at? 28 pounds, I think. Close to 30. So my clothes, I finally have dropped a size. You know I complained once in one of my posts that I saw this one other girl's post that she's only lost like 25 pounds and she's dropped 3 sizes. What the hell? You know, I hadn't even dropped a size and I lost that much weight. So it's like, oh, wait, why? Why did she lose that, drop so many pant sizes, but I haven't? And so many of you guys told me, just don't compare yourself to somebody else. You know, we all gain different, we all lose different. And that's so very true. So I finally have dropped a pant size. I've gotten back down. I went on my tops from a 3X to a 2X. My bras and chones fit so much more better. My underwear, I could probably drop a size. Well, yeah, I can, because the other day I was exercising and my sweats and my underwear kept sliding and falling, so I had to keep picking them up. So I know I could probably go down in one size there, but people ask me, so have you gone to go get new clothes yet? Don't need to. I have a closet full of clothes that still have tags on them that I didn't wear because I thought they would fit. They didn't fit. And I'm getting close into fitting into some of them, so I can't wait for that. There's so many, this journey is just amazing. There's just so many things to look forward to. I think if we try to focus on not the scale as much, what that scale says, that scale's a bitch, man. We thrive on it, on weigh-in day, it's like, oh my God, how much did I lose? Or shit, I don't think I lost very much this time. I don't know if I want to step on it, or like, fuck, I think I gained. That's when I call the scale a bitch. Anyway, why do we call it a bitch? How do we know that it's female? We don't know that. Anyway, I'm a dork. I can go on and on and on, but I'm gonna start a blog. This is my first video blog. There will be more. There will be lots of food that I make, but I just wanted to introduce myself to you guys. Some of you guys know me. Some of